I knew the moment I saw the tag pinned to my chest, white, cheap, crinkled. This wasn't a mistake. Housekeeper. His new wife placed it there herself, fingers brushing my shirt like I was dust she needed to wipe off. She didn't whisper, she didn't hide. "You're just staff here," she announced, loud enough for the guests to turn. My brother snorted from behind her, folding his arms like he was settling in for entertainment. "Food is for family." He tapped the back of a chair, the one that should have been mine, and made a show of sitting. No plate, no chair, no place. I stood anyway, taller than I ever had, taller than they expected. And when I slipped off the family ring, the ring my father once said would always belong to me, silence fell like a dropped curtain. Then I'm no longer your family. Their smiles vanished, but that was just the opening act. Back before the rot spread. There was a time I still believed in him. My father used to take my brother and me to the shore at dawn. We'd skip stones while he talked about loyalty, about how family sticks, even when life cracks open. He lied with such grace back then. The first time I met his new wife, she hugged me too tightly, wearing a smile that never reached her eyes. My brother hovered near her like a guard dog who'd picked a new master. I chalked it up to change. Hope. Stupid, clinging hope. But hope becomes a weapon in the wrong hands. I should have seen the cracks. The first splinter. The signs weren't loud. They whispered. My mail stopped coming. My name disappeared from the family trust portal. My father's tone shifted, soft, apologetic, always later or not now. And then the message, a screenshot sent by a distant cousin. My father's new wife, even her name tasted sour, texting my brother. "Once she's out of the picture legally, everything moves clean. Your father will sign anything as long as I phrase it for the good of the family." Out of the picture. Like I was clutter. The shock didn't break me. No, it sharpened me. I stopped being the daughter who hoped. I became the threat they couldn't see. The shift. I didn't scream, didn't confront, didn't tremble. I learned. I learned the foundation of their little empire was fragile, built on debts, hidden assets, and a marriage contract neither of them thought I'd ever read. I learned my father's cognitive decline was worse than they told anyone, worse than my brother admitted when he took power of attorney, temporarily. And I learned something else. Legally, I still had rights. Financially, I still had leverage. Emotionally, I was already gone. I just needed the right stage. They gave me a wedding. How poetic. The plan. I hired a private investigator. Quiet, discreet, expensive. I documented everything, every forged signature, every misallocated fund, every lie. And then I made one move they never anticipated. I didn't go to court first. I went to my father's oldest business partner, the man who actually held the trust keys, the one they thought was retired and senile. He wasn't. He hated my father's new wife more than I did. Together, we shifted the assets before the wedding, legally, cleanly, fully documented. By the time champagne chilled at the venue, their accounts were frozen, the deed to the house transferred, and their untouchable fund no longer theirs. They didn't know yet. That was the gift I brought to the wedding. The climax. When I removed the ring and placed it on the edge of a champagne glass, it chimed like a tiny bell. My father blanked, confused. My brother went pale. His new wife stepped forward, but I stepped closer. Quiet, controlled. "You tried to erase me," I said. "So I erased everything you stole." I handed her a single envelope. She ripped it open, expecting a pathetic outburst. Instead, she found the legal freeze orders, the trust transfer confirmations, and the notification that the house she decorated for this wedding no longer belonged to her. The color drained from her face first, then my brother's. Then my father's mouth fell open, not in anger, but realization. I leaned in. Food is for family, right? My brother swallowed hard. So tell me, I tilted my head, what are you now? I didn't wait for an answer. I simply walked past them, past the stunned guests, and out the doors they thought they controlled. The release. People always imagine revenge feels like fire. Mine felt like air, weightless, clean. A quiet exhale after years of holding breath. They thought they built a world without me. Instead, they walked into a world I rebuilt without them. And when I stepped into the sunlight that day, leaving behind the tag, the ring, the family, I finally felt the one thing they could never fake: free.